Hey everybody, Brian Boyle here, and welcome to the 5-Minute Posture Fix from the book Tech Pain. So we put this book together in order to help you help yourself and reduce your symptoms at home. So we wanted it to be simple. We wanted it to be something that you could do daily. It could be, years of bad habits and posture that you think is insurmountable, you're just not going to ever get over. It could be pain. It could be just from using technology recently, right? A lot of folks working in different workspaces, working at home. That, again, may have changed the way that you feel, may have changed the way that, you're working and having to work. Maybe you're working longer hours because you're more connected. But whatever that may be, taking 5 minutes a day, and you can take longer. Now, it doesn't have to be 5 minutes. The more you do with this, you'll actually see that the law of diminishing returns doesn't necessarily apply to these 4 exercises that we're going to show you today. But the 5-minute posture fix can be done daily. And when done daily and consistently, now it doesn't mean do today and then wait a couple weeks and then do it again. It means done daily, every single day, repeatedly, months. Okay, it didn't take you overnight to get here. Okay, so it's not going to be overnight quick fix. So it could be months, it could be years. Okay, but when doing these 4 exercises, we've found these to be the most effective exercises to correct the worst posture. Okay, as long as it's kind of a structural or sort of, one of those things that you've done to yourself, and it's not just sort of, some deformity of the spine that is, going to be needed to be corrected with some surgery or whatnot. So, a couple things that you're going to need. You're going to need a towel roll. So I've already got my towel roll all rolled up. So I just took a bath towel and actually a little beach towel, and I rolled this thing up. I'll show you how to do that in a second. We're going to need a piece of TheraBand, surgical tubing, whatever that may be. This is a color green. It's TheraBand. You can use whatever. And we're going to need a door frame, okay? But those 4 exercises, those 4 things, or those things are going to be used with the 4 exercises that I'm going to show you here in a second. And what will end up happening is you'll do these daily. If you want to do more of them, it's called the 5-minute posture fix because once you get good at these and you are maintaining, you can maintain your posture with as little as 5 minutes a day of doing these exercises. Okay, or a couple times throughout the day. However, you'll probably want to do more early on in order to reap the benefits of having, this posture that you've been stuck in for however long it may be, whether it's months, years, whatever that looks like to you. So, without further ado, what we're going to do first is we're going to do a supine towel roll lay. Now, what I did was I just took this bath towel. You can take this to any firmness, okay, that you need. A lot of folks will try and use a foam roll. I don't like the foam roll. The reason being is that when you're on a foam roll, unless you're on a bed, so if you have an apartment or you have some space issues where you just don't have the floor space, I've had some patients like that, they just don't have the floor space, I'd say get a foam roll and you can use that on a mattress. That's the only time I would use the foam roll, is because unfortunately then you're fighting rolling off of this thing and you're kind of just teeter-tottering and you just never get the ability to relax. With that, this is going to go into corpse pose, and I'm going to show you here in a second. Corpse pose is where we literally lay down, the arms are out to the side, the legs are straight, the spine is straight, head, mid-spine, and lower back are all kind of supported on the towel roll, and then you just relax. Now, 1 to 5 minutes, this can be, as long as you want. What I would recommend though is that you don't fall asleep. So set a timer. So if you do happen to, be like me, if you lay down on your back, you potentially could fall asleep. I would not expect that you would feel much better if you lay down here for 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours on your back on the towel roll. I'd expect you to feel worse. So let's not do that. So hold on a second, I'm gonna get in position and I'll show you here in a second. All right, here we are. So we're getting into this position. You can see I'm laying down on the towel roll. So I'm laying down, my head, my mid-spine, my lower back are all positioned on the towel roll. I'm going to take my arms out. I'm just going to rotate them here. And what you'll notice is that we're using the towel roll to get our frame of reference. If you've watched some of these other videos, you may have seen me show you frame of reference for the spine up against a wall. So you can do that while you are at your workspace. If you're working from an office, whatever, if you're working at a production facility, maybe you're on the floor and you don't have the production floor. You don't have space on the floor to do that again. You'll find your wall. In this particular position, we're going to lay down and we're just going to allow the spine to relax. We're going to allow the shoulders to relax. So if they are forward, we're going to let them drape over the towel roll, and we're just going to lay here. And this is probably everybody's most favorite exercise because you absolutely have to do nothing other than lay here. Take some nice deep breaths in, so you can breathe in through your nose. Hold that. blow out through the mouth. We'll do that 1 to 5 minutes. All right, we're going to the next exercise. Okay, so the next exercise is using our tubing. What we're going to do is we're going to start off with the hand, and we're going to anchor that hand kind of down right at the side here. So you'll notice the hand is just straight. My posture, okay, I'm using good posture, so I'm good upright. I'm going to take my other hand kind of straight out, almost as if we were going to take a sword and unsheath it, but you don't necessarily have to rotate the arm. So a lot of times folks will say you have to rotate the arm. If you have shoulder issues already, or if you're already rotated, you may just kind of stay put. You may just keep the arm steady here rather than trying to rotate the arm. It's entirely up to you. Depends on how you feel, but that is a variation that could be done. So we'll keep the thumb up. We're going to pull up and back, so straight back, keeping everything nice and tight, so we're tightening up the tummy, and then coming straight back down. Coming back up. We're going to set a timer for 1 minute. So you're going to not necessarily count how many that you do, but just taking kind of a 3 count up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 down. You'll do as many as you can till that timer goes off. If you are like me and you have ADD or the ADHD or whatever we're calling it nowadays, okay, I think it's just called COVID, fatigue, whatever it may be, you are going to want to set the timer so that way you don't have to keep track and count. Say, oh, did I do 10? Did I do 30? Who cares? Set the timer. All right. Again, you'll look from the side here. So standing nice and upright, we're pulling up, back. Don't worry if you can't get all the way up. Maybe you can only get to here because you've got tight lats in the shoulder here. All right, might be tight. You'll go as far as you can go comfortably, and then come on back down. Over time, this will improve. Then we'll switch. Same thing. Okay, coming to the other side. Exact same thing. So you can set another timer for a minute after that timer's up. If you feel like you need more of these early on, you can do 3 sets of 1 minute on each side. It will increase from the 5 minutes being done. But with that said, again, the maintenance phase of doing this, when you feel like you've got great posture and all you need is just to maintain your good posture, can be very easily done in 5 minutes. Next exercise we're going to do is we're going to take the same tubing. So you'll notice that this piece of tubing is probably about 2.5 to 3 feet. Okay. Again, you can take it to whatever size you need. You can use whatever strength you need. This is about a medium. Okay, I could probably go a little bit higher. This is just the piece that I grabbed just for reference sake. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our good posture here. Again, posture, elbows are either side, our shoulders aren't hiked up. So we're avoiding this. The shoulders are nice and relaxed, and what we're going to do is we're going to pull thumbs back, and we're going to create a W. So you'll see this W, okay, like feature here from the arms, and then come back. And we're going to go W, and then back. W. Again, about a 3-second count. So you'll notice that my posture hasn't changed as I'm bringing my arms back. You'll go as far back as you can go comfortably. And again, you'll set a timer for 1 minute. Now, the nice thing about this is since you're using both arms, okay, you are going to get an effect on both sides of that for that 1 minute. So if you want to do 3 by 1 minute, again, set that timer so you don't have to count. With that, if you have one side that's severely limited, maybe you've got pain or issues, whatever, you can do just one side. Okay, so just another variation. But if you can do it, I would recommend that you do both sides together. That way you're building up equal amounts of tension through both arms. Again, creating symmetry through the posture, through the spine, and again, helping you to promote that better spinal health. Now, last exercise is going to be us going over to a doorway. I'll show you that in a second. And we're going to stretch the hamstring laying on the floor. And I'll show you a variation of there as well. Hold on 1 second. All right, so now we've got a door frame. If you can't tell, let me just kind of show you here. All right, so we've just got a door frame. All I'm doing is laying down on the floor. If you can't get into this position for whatever reason, okay, say that you just can't lie down on the floor. Again, you don't have space issues. You can do this a multitude of ways, but we are going to just stretch the hamstring. I like laying down on the floor because you'll see when I put one leg through, so I put kind of this leg through the door frame. I've got my other leg up against the door here. I'm then able to then just lie down and relax and let my upper body relax without having to hold posture and tension and all that other stuff. and then I can hold this stretch for a much longer time frame where I'm stretching through the hamstring without necessarily having to worry about the low back tiring out or feeling any sort of discomfort or pain. So this is a really just nice way to stretch out the hamstrings, which connect to the pelvis, which connects to the low back, which again can help to create that C shape, which would then cause a forward head, rounded shoulders if these are tight. So we want to make sure that these hamstrings are stretched out. You can hold this for 30 seconds to a minute. Nice thing about it, if you're on kind of a door here, I'm in a hallway, I can then just slide over, I can put the other leg behind, all right, along the hallway, and then I can just put this leg up, and I can transfer back and forth. So again, super simple, super effective, and the nice thing is I can lay here, let the hamstrings get stretched out without having to worry about my upper body posture kind of fatiguing and or causing any additional pain. And that's it. So as simple as that, those 4 exercises, super simple. We've got, as a summary, we've got the lying down on the towel roll. We've got the pulling the band back and forth, okay, on the upper body. We've got the W, and then we've got the doorway stretch with the hamstring to create the 5-minute posture fix, which will significantly improve your posture, reduce your pain, and, again, reduce the ability to have to go be treated by somebody and be a passive participant in a program that was developed by somebody to keep you coming back for more and more and more treatments. If you've ever been down that path, it is a terrible path to be on. And again, the reason why we wrote the book, to help you at home reduce your pain, feel better, and get back to living the way that you want to live. So if you've got any questions, feel free to reach out. We can be reached at, on these comments on the video here, and we'll answer all your comments and get back to you just as quick as possible. All right, till next time, we'll see you again.